For someone not trained in business ethics, the crucial starting point for putting together a course is to realize that you actually have an advantage. I think it would be a disadvantage were you teaching finance or were you teaching marketing or strategy. But the advantage you have when you're teaching ethics is that these are timeless questions. These are questions that everybody wrestles with, and it's the wrestling with the question and engaging students in a conversation and in discussions and in discovery of how to make sense of the challenges you face, what the various standards and principles are that can guide you in responding. That's what's crucial. And so if you can see yourself as the guide, in some ways maybe even as the shepherd who helps students learn, rather than as the know-it-all at the front of the room who's going to dispense the answers to life's most difficult questions, you're actually in a very good position. And so I would say rather than a daunting position from which to start, it's in fact could be a liberating position because you know that you can't possibly be the expert on the subject. I would then say you need to read broadly. The same way that if I were to go teach a marketing class, I would need to read broadly and deeply in the subject matter. I would say you need to do the same. Find a colleague who is familiar with ethics to give you some basic materials that you can read, and be patient with yourself. Learn alongside your students. That's one of the wonderful things of academia, is that you can always have the opportunity to learn from your students. Start with the basics, look for a textbook, look for a casebook, speak to colleagues. Those are starting points, but fundamentally see the role that you can play as being somewhat different from what an expert in ethics might play were they teaching the course, but it will just cause the course to be slightly different, but no worse.